Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Hello everyone, welcome to my podcast, 15-minute time limit. I am your host, the phenomenal one, AJ, and this is my wrestling podcast. First, I guess you can say, pilot episode. I've been thinking about doing a podcast for quite some time, and I just decided on my format's going to be based off of the old traditional wrestling matches with the TV times of 15-minute time limits. So that's kind of where I got that idea from. Hopefully I won't ever go over, but more than likely sometimes I'll probably go a bit or way under. I mean, this first pilot episode is probably going to be way under 15 minutes. I'm just going to briefly introduce myself and why I'm doing this and what you can expect. Just like any other sports or wrestling podcast, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of weekend reviews and pre and post pay-per-view materials and episodes. So get ready for that. I mean, it's pretty standard, I guess, if you're going to do a podcast about a sports subject. I'm also thinking about doing like career retrospectives on certain superstars, past and present. I just don't want to keep it just strictly to doing, reviews of Raw and SmackDown and any other shows that I watch. So I'm going to try and get to like a career retrospective of Bret Hart and Undertaker, two of my favorite wrestlers personally. So hopefully those will be fun to listen to. You might also be wondering why he's just another fan of wrestling trying to create his own podcast. Well, a little brief history about myself. I tried to get into school for TV and radio broadcasting, eventually went to college for TV production, but still always had that itch just to do something in or around in radio, and thankfully we live in the day and age that we live in, and I don't really need to depend on finding a job in radio to be a part of something like this. We're living in a day and age where you can just do it yourself, put it out there. If people like it, they like it, they'll listen, and if they don't, no one's going to be listening. But just the fact that I can try and do something like this is fascinating, and I'd rather try and fail than not try at all. So yeah, I've also set goals for myself with this. I mean, I don't want to be doing this if only 12 people are listening. I've set some download goals and whatnot, and viewership goals or listening goals, whatever it's called. So if no one's listening, I'm not going to bother, but I'm just going to try for a few episodes. If people like it, they like it. They don't, well then at least I tried, right? And with that thought of at least trying it out, I mean, I'm working with a pretty basic microphone on my laptop, so if I sound like this is a low budget production, it's because it is. I'd rather just start small. Maybe you never know where this will land or take me, but I'm just going to start off with a small production. I'm not going to go ahead and buy like a $300 microphone. I don't really remember how much this one cost me, but it wasn't a lot of money. So that's why if the audio sounds kind of cheap, that's because it is. And I'm just hoping the quality of the show itself and the content that you are listening to will help carry me through to my goals and whatnot. And hopefully we can, slowly build up the quality of the show and the production value. I don't know. Like, this is just an idea. This is my first pilot episode, so hopefully you're even moderately entertained by my introduction. I'm watching the clock count down. I'm already at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know how I got to this point, but what have I even said? Who knows? Like, it's not easy as people think. I mean, I've set a goal for myself each episode to be under 15 minutes, but I'm already almost at 5, and I haven't even scratched the surface yet. So, I've been watching wrestling all my life. One of the earliest earliest events that I remember watching as a child was the 1992 Royal Rumble, the one where Ric Flair won the belt by lastly eliminating Sid Justice. I remember watching that with my grandfather at the time and just taking it all in and being enthralled with the whole thing. It was magical. It was majestic. It was entertaining to watch, and I haven't stopped watching since. And now with the Royal Rumble slowly approaching, I figured that would be a good talking point to get started with. I mean, I don't know who's the front runner for this year's Royal Rumble, but I think we all know the main event's going to end up being Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for that Universal Championship. It's the main event, probably the most obvious main event that they've ever could produce, but I think 90% sure that's going to be the main event of the next WrestleMania. Roman's the guy, so it'll be his night again. He's been main eventing the past few WrestleManias, and he'll main event this one again, I'm certain. So, and thus ending Brock Lesnar's, I guess, moniker of being the Beast. I mean, who else is going to defeat him? Who else is credible enough to beat him? I don't know, but we'll see. We will have to wait and see for WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans this year. I just hope there's a swerve. I mean, that's why it's fun to watch, is the unexpected nature of the whole thing. So hopefully it's not too predictable this year, and they give us a couple swerves here and there for the show, the big WrestleMania. So, and like I just said, we'll have to wait and see. Alright, I'm looking at my clock though, and I'm already at 7 minutes of rambling. I'm sorry if this pilot episode, and I know I'm eyeing and humming a lot. It's just my first one. It's my pilot episode. So this is my brief introduction. I'm already at 7 minutes, like I'm just trying to say. I think I'm going to just wrap things up real quick. So thank you for listening to this initial podcast. If you want to shoot me an email, the email account is 15minutetimelimit@gmail.com, and I got a Facebook page, and I'm on Podbean, and hopefully I can get these uploaded onto YouTube as well, so many different platforms and ways for you to listen. So hopefully we can all, or you guys can enjoy my podcasts, and I will continue to make them, and have yourselves a great holiday week. It's Boxing Day here in Canada, so happy Boxing Day to those out there spending money right now. Don't spend too much, because you just got a bunch of presents for Christmas yesterday. And that's a good awkward stopping point. I killed another minute with that, so it's also hard to not watch the clock when you're doing something like this. I've been watching it count up since I started. I'm at 8 minutes and 15 seconds, so I'm going to have to get used to that, or just close my eyes when I start doing podcasts. So I'll leave you guys with that. Take care. Please listen to the show. Hopefully you'll find it entertaining. And take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Probably do another one on the weekend. Today is only Tuesday. It's the beginning of the week, so hopefully I'll just get into a routine of doing it weekly or a couple times a week. But I'm going to shoot for the weekend, get kind of my next real full one will be the year in review for 2017. Lots to talk about there, so hope you guys will tune in for that. Alright, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next time.